Hey there. Welcome back to Unlocking the True You. This is Alyssa. It is so good to be here back with all of you again. I have came back today, of course, with all of the wonderful divine team, including God, angels, ancestors, ascended masters, my spirit guides. Um, a lot of them. Yeah, a lot of them. I said that's not important right now. What's important is what I come to talk to you all about today. And today we are going to continue, of course, talking in depth a bit more about how we continue to unlock our own true selves through this healing journey and through this self discovery journey. Um, and so I do know that I have covered different terminology, different words, different topics in a sense, through your healing journey, through your healing process to kind of help you to discover parts about yourself, and discover parts that don't belong, discover things that really aren't meant to be there for you, whether it's learned beliefs, learned lies. I kind of want to get more in depth about it. I've tried bringing through just this message and this level of healing for all of you and sharing this part of myself many, many times. And I've met a lot of resistance in this reality, mostly with technology, which is quite hilarious because it's one of those things where I had to work through a lot of own personal internal resistance before I actually could actually come here authentically as myself. And that, of course, that's different healing stuff and different parts of me unlocking my own true self. And now that I'm here, I'm met with more resistance and just realizing that this is yet another test for me to see how much I do feel within my heart and my soul that in deep resonance with how important this is to me, to share myself to the world in the way that I am truly and authentically, and how I've come to live and become who I am through my life's journey. And I do want to let you know this is another topic on healing. In case you didn't catch that from what I've been saying, this is another topic about going in with that self discovery journey. And today we're going to be talking about kind of going into the darker parts of ourselves. Um, More internal work, of course, is, I just call it spiritual journey. I call it healing journey. I try not to call it work because it's one of those things that is a wild ride, good and bad. And you come out the other side feeling how I present myself truly and authentically to each and every one of you in my daily lives, in our daily lives. Yeah, whatever, tongue tied, doesn't matter. Anyways, so um, I'm just trying to make sure because there's so much that they want me to bring forward about different things and I want to lay it out properly. But also, if none of this resonates with you as far as doing the darker, deeper parts of healing for you, then that's great. Totally fine. I do want to, of course, let you know if anything doesn't resonate. You can just leave it. You can watch this video. You can leave this video. Whatever you feel that you actually want to resonate with is all up to you. I do not force. I only come here to create, to express myself, to show you the love that I have within myself, to share that with you all in my self discovery journey so that it can hopefully help you find your own true self and unlock your own true self in some sense of the way. Um, so they have, of course, like I said, brought me here to come forward with more of my healing and the darker parts of my healing. And so in the spiritual community, this is called shadow work, and you will find that there's different levels of shadow work, and you can call it whatever you want to. That's just what we call it in the spiritual community. We call it shadow work because it is looking in your shadow self. If you think about a shadow, it's something that casts darkness across something that once had light. And so that's kind of in the sense, what that means in your soul on a healing level. So you are doing this within your heart, within your mind, within your soul. And yes, they're bringing forward this wonderful knowing that I have, that some of us do have multiple lifetimes here on earth, and that part of that shadow work will come from other lifetimes as well. Might not be this lifetime, might be only this lifetime. You might not have lived multiple lifetimes. It really just depends on your own blueprint and your own path and what you've came here for, that really will actually resonate with what it is for you. But they do want me to shed light on that because in part of that healing, if you are somebody that has had multiple lifetimes on earth, you will have shadow work in such depths that does not feel like it will make conscious sense. You will be very confused at some parts of it, and some of it you'll say, oh my gosh, where did I learn these beliefs and things like that, and really it could have came from other lifetimes, is what they want me to tell you. And some of it was from this lifetime. I have many things that I've worked through. I have had shadow work after shadow work and journey after journey, of the darker parts within myself. That's what's tickling me. It's my hair. My hair's getting longer. Sorry, I was like, gosh, I just keep itching and I'm not paying attention. Anyways, and so with going through my shadow work and going through my journey, visiting those darker parts of myself many, many, many times, um, it's one of those things that's really helped me. And they want me to really like kind of go into the really deep layers of the shadow self, which is the dark night of the soul. And of course, that's just another spiritual term. And why I share this is because the spiritual community is growing to such an exponential extent to where you can find different ways and tools and modalities to go through that dark night of the soul journey. And sometimes you won't. Sometimes you'll have people just tell you, it's you're going in the trenches in the deepest parts of your soul, and best of luck. Just know that you'll make it out the other side. I want to tell you that there are ways to get through it. And I want to share some ways in my best of knowing today that really is like a general way that it helped me to go through my dark night of the soul many times. I have had a few of them. And I've had different levels of shadow work as well. And it happens in different ways. Not everybody is the same. Like I said, we all have different blueprints. We all have different paths. We might not have had more than just this lifetime on earth. And some of this healing could come from other lifetimes on other dimensions, other realms, other planets, whatever. I don't know exactly how to put the right term to it, because I am consciously aware of this lifetime and consciously aware that there's other lifetimes, knowing that we are infinite energetic beings that have a soul, and our souls can't die. They can only transform and transmute and be recreated in a different form. So that's kind of just the scientific facts behind us as energetic beings. The fact that we have to come from somewhere else and we have to continue our soul on after this life, and that this human body, this human vessel expires at some point. And that's one thing that is inevitable, is death. And that's something that also shouldn't be, put in a fear factor, things like that. Not going to go on that topic too deep. They want me to focus on Dark Night of the Soul. Sorry. So, with that being said, the Dark Night of the Soul journey, you really will be finding those very, very deep parts of yourself that have very, very, very attached and engraved and almost integrated beliefs and lies that you believe of yourself and of other people, and fears. And you will have the shame, you'll have the guilt, you'll feel the pain, and you will think that it is your own identity because it is everything that's been around you. But the thing is, in your healing journey, you will find that it's all within yourself is where you find your true happiness and where you unlock your true self. But you first have to go within and go through the layers that everyone else placed upon you, with their words, with the things that they have said, with the programming that you have believed, with society. Mm, sorry, burp. With Oh wow, that was a good one. And with even just like movies and your societal influences, people that you grew up with, role models, parental figures, celebrities. Oh my goodness, sorry. I'm like having all kinds of itching and stuff. I usually am not this itchy, I swear. Um so I think it's like, trying to get me to lose my thought. I'm just going to fight the urge to itch because I've noticed I keep getting off track when I do that. So sorry. Anyways, and so whenever you are going through this dark night of the soul and realizing that you have all of these beliefs, and sometimes it won't even come to you consciously, it'll just be a feeling within yourself. Just know that there is ways that you have to go through those emotions, because you have to feel it to heal it. You don't necessarily have to think about it, you don't have to face it in your conscious mind, but your conscious mind will be aware of it. I hope that makes some sense to you. So you can take the emotions, you can take the energetic process that is coming out from the depths of your soul, from the depths of your heart, and from your energetic parts of your being to be expelled. in a healing way, you can take that and you can feel it and you can let that out through energetic movement, through energetic expression, through I'm just trying to think. I think it's easier to just use like regular human terms. I'm sorry, I'm having like a really hard time connecting the two right now. So like talking about journaling, talking about, exercise, dancing, talking about breath work, talking about using other energetic tools. There's a lot in the spiritual community. I personally don't do as many, like, I'm not one that likes ritualistic processes. I know a lot of religions have it. I know some people in the spiritual community have it, things like that. I guess you could say the closest thing mine comes to is my crystals. I use my crystals because they hold energy. Everything in this world holds energy, and these specific gemstones and crystals have their own like blueprint energy signature. No matter the element form, they all have their own unique one, and each crystal will have a metaphysical property that will help you to aid in your process of harnessing certain energies, whether you want clarity, whether you want to help expel negativity. There's certain ones for grieving and sadness. There's stones for liberation. There's stones for connectivity with your spirit guides and with the divine. There's stones for almost everything. I love it and I love crystals. And it's been something that, like, I feel in my heart is a true innate thing that I might have had in other lifetimes, because I have had many lifetimes on this earth. Not afraid to say it. Don't care who thinks I'm fucking weird. I'll be honest. Sorry for the F bomb. I want this to be not demonetized, but either way. Um, it is something that I have found that has helped me through my healing journey tremendously, exponentially. And you will find certain things like that for you that you love to do as well. I also just do a good cry session. I exercise and channel my frustrations and anger through movement. I have done spiritual cleansing baths where I do utilize my crystals. I utilize candle flame, and I also just healing with calling on the divine and talking to my spirit guides, talking to, Mother Earth, praying to God, talking to God. A lot of people call it prayer, but really it's just, a matter of if you're wanting to listen back or not type of thing. But the thing is, you have to be able to open yourself to that, for one, and for two, be able to work through the stagnant energy and the trauma, the pain, the darkness, because as long as you have that there in your blueprint and you don't know how to discern from the darkness within and the light within yourself, then you're not able to connect with the divine realm properly. They want me to highlight that because it is very important to form a connection with your divine team, with everyone in the divine realm that is here for you, that is meant for you to be in this lifetime. Really, like, they're your guides. Like, they are your guides for a reason. They've guided me this whole entire lifetime, and I'm not one to try and, I don't know, talk about myself in a higher sense than anyone else, because I'm not. We're all the same and we're all different all at the same time. We're not meant to be the same, but really we're all still walking this human journey as energetic beings, trying to discover ourselves. And really, the discovery is freeing yourself of your mental cage, of your beliefs that hold you back, and your limitations that bring you all of those energies that don't feel good. It's one of those things. If it feels good, it's from God, it's from the divine. If it doesn't feel good, it is not from them and is not meant for you. And each and every one of us are different. So I want to really highlight that when it comes to self judgment, judgment of others, when it comes to the fears that you are to let go of, when it comes to, you having preconceived thoughts about people based on your experience in your past and things like that, you need to make sure and get through that and heal that. Because yes, we face experiences so that we can learn from them. And once you learn that lesson, you are not meant to have that preconceived judgment or have a jaded kind of view on the people in your life that you continue to cross paths with that might have a similar blueprint. Because everyone, like I said, we are all very similar in many ways, but we're also very different. And if you give people the right chance with proper boundaries set up, with your own self preservation set up, and with self love and self respect, you will be able to enter any relationship, enter any friendship, any kind of dynamic with another being on this earth and know how to go about it properly with your own self love and self preservation, because you are being your true self. And really, when you are authentically, truly authentically being your own true self, as you have unlocked your true self, you will automatically, your energy repels those that are not authentic. Your energy truly either attracts those that want to be, or it repels those that refuse to be. And that's just something that is innate. As you continue to unlock your true self, as you continue to be who you are actually meant to be here on earth. And it's different for each and every one of us. But you cannot know this and discover this until you go through those healing parts of your journey, the darker parts. And I know a lot of like spiritualists and spiritual people do say that, spirituality is all love and light and such things and etc. And that's true in a sense. It really is. And not all of us that are spiritual have to go through that. Some of us souls have different blueprints and have different experiences and don't have certain karmic lessons to really learn, and don't have healing to do from these karmic lessons, from this karma that we've built from other lifetimes, and even just this one lifetime. It's one of those things where each and every one of us are so different, but also some of us are the same. And that is why I'm here to talk to the souls, talk to the beings, talk to the people that resonate with me, that have been through life in many places that do not feel good, that have had what people call injustice to your soul, because it is, in a sense, it really is. But at the same time, we are to see that injustice, face it, and rise above it. We are to face the darkness, face the pain, and rise above it. We are to have grace with ourselves, love with ourselves, and we are to realize where we are judging ourselves and judging others, let go of that. And I understand a lot of people have a hard time with it because it is innate. Now, there is a difference in viewing your objective reality and viewing someone's behavior and acting accordingly versus judging them, okay? When you judge somebody, you have a preconceived belief that they are a way that they are because of something that you have experienced or something that you think they fit in a category of. That is a judgment. Saying that someone is a certain way because that's what you've experienced, and automatically placing a thought in a preconceived category, word, who they are, that is a judgment. Viewing somebody how they are and who they are as the being that they have presented themselves as to you, that is purely an objective observation, and how you move forward with your own self, with preservation, with self love. That is not judgment. You simply need to detach. You simply need to let go of those people that are bringing you lower in vibration, lower in your state of mind, bringing you to a state of mind that's not as happy and true and authentic. If you think you need to hide who you truly are to somebody, then that person isn't meant for you. And if you do think that, because you haven't shown them who you truly are, and they might accept you, why not try? And I know that's also part of healing, is realizing where you need to heal that part of yourself, because I couldn't even authentically come up and show myself on video here like this to the whole world until I was willing to face those things within myself and say, what is it about myself that has me in fear, that has me knowing that people will judge me, and I don't have that judgment in my heart, and it doesn't feel good to feel judged. It really doesn't. And it makes you want to judge at the same time. But really, all you can do is observe the judgments and know that there will be a possibility of those who do not like you, do not want to resonate with you. But that's the beautiful thing. We are not meant for everybody. We are not meant to be for everybody. If we were, it would be boring, for one, and for two, just, yeah, we're just not meant to. Okay, you can talk within yourself, you can resonate in different ways and find your own truth and realize just how much you are meant for yourself. And when you realize that and start to hone in on that and start to really just love that part of yourself and really just embrace it and take pride in it and feel empowerment through your self love and who you are as your unique being and your unique self, you will find that you do not care who is and isn't there for you. And I'm not saying this because I don't have friends and I'm lonely. I'm saying this because I have so much self respect and so much self love that I have very few people that I let into my life. I am very selective with who I actually let learn and know the true self of who I am until it is time. And spirit and God and the divine have called me here to show my true self today and going forward in my present self to everyone, because it is time for us to heal and heal to the point where we unlock our true selves, to where we are authentic, to where I show every mistake, every flaw, every single scar, every single imperfection of myself, and I love myself that much more, because that's who we are meant to be. We are meant to be so true within ourselves that nobody, no one thing, and not one circumstance could ever change our innate true state of being. And that is truly becoming your true self, unlocking that and becoming free within yourself, is to take this journey, is to truly face all of those parts of yourself that are dark and light. Because once you face the shadow, that has been illuminated. You have faced it and brought that with love. We are to meet our shadow selves, meet those darker parts of ourselves, and to lift it up into our heart so that we can find ways to love those parts of ourselves and realize that those parts of ourselves were trying to protect us at one stage, at one point in our life, or was something that we thought we needed to protect ourselves. And really, it was a self betrayal. And I'm saying that self betrayal because that's an acceptance process. You must accept certain things you've done to yourself and others. You must accept and grieve and forgive and love. And you have to work past those stages time and time again through each thing that you heal. And it might not always be the same, the same stages over and over. It might be different stages. It might be different routes. It might be different avenues. You might find different ways to heal each and every time you go forward and find something else that you discover had a shadow casted on it, that really all it was there to do is show you where you need to love yourself more, where you abandon parts of yourself, or where you want to show up for yourself like you haven't before, or where these people that told you you need to be a certain way, maybe they're really not meant to be your people. And that's really what I'm here to help you with, is to help you realize that not everyone's meant for you. You are meant for you. You're meant to help unlock your true self. And in doing so, going through this journey, this healing journey, this self discovery journey, to truly be happy again, to truly realize that you are perfect the way you are. It is the world that we live in that is truly fucked up. It's not you. It is not yourself. And sorry, I'm really trying hard with these words. I usually do not curse like this. I promise. It's just the passion, and it's okay. Anyways, so it's one of those things where you want to go through this journey so that you can love yourself as much as I love myself, so that you can love yourself as much as the next person you see living in their authentic being and their authentic truth and who they are, love themselves and be who they are just as much as I am, just as much as you desire to be. And I'm not saying being your authentic self is going to keep a smile on your face no matter what's going on. Sometimes you'll still go through it, but know that as you are unlocking your true self and you are living authentically, you will have a process of self discovery and ways to be in that state of being to get you through those deep parts and through those healing processes over and over again. And you will find a great blueprint that is specific for yourself to continue to heal. Do research, use your cell phone, use this world and this community and other people, YouTube, social media, just Google. I mean, I use Pinterest, I use everything. I'll admit I don't do TikTok, but that's just because I don't know. it just doesn't resonate. And that's okay. It just is. It's okay. And I do also want to mention before I leave here today that I am still working on my website. I'm actually getting it built this week, and I will be accepting clients for sessions. I will be able to connect with you one on one. I would love to, if you want this opportunity, I would love this opportunity to help you to unlock your true self, whether that's through having conversation, through working through the darker parts. I am just as much here for you as I am for myself, as long as you're open to that. You have to be open to the relationship to have the receptive process of growth and healing within yourself that I can bring to you. And if you weren't receptive, you wouldn't be at this point in this video. And that's okay if you didn't. But if you are, thank you for staying, for one. And for two, I think you're pretty serious about this self discovery thing. I think you're pretty serious about unlocking your true self. And I think that is inspirational. I think that is absolutely beautiful. I think that it is something that will help you to be your happiest, most authentic self, whether that's meant for you to be a smiling, bubbly person or to be serious and hardcore and badass, or if it's meant for you to be super strong, super soft, super dark and strong at the same time, dark and loving, light and strong, light with some darkness. I'm not saying that having darkness in yourself is a bad thing, but I am saying that there are certain things that are in the darkness within ourselves that aren't good. We are meant to have balance in our life. I have dark parts of myself that I find very passionate, very loving. How I stand up for myself and how I present myself authentically, I love that about myself. But I also realize there's still parts of that that need healed, that there's still parts of me and how I show up authentically that could have more grace with others. I still realize where I need work, and that's where self reflection helps. That's where letting go of fear helps. And that's where humbling yourself helps in this process. Use your discernment throughout your self discovery journey. Make sure that you ask those right questions within your mind, and make sure that when you ask those questions and you actually feel your answer that you feel in your heart, if it feels good, that is your answer. You can seek answers from anyone, each and every other person out there. You can seek an answer from. But if it doesn't resonate and feel good to your heart, just know that's not the right answer. Only you truly know what you have going on inside of your heart, inside of your mind, and inside of your soul. And that's part of your self discovery journey, is to get through those layers. And as you get through those layers and as you heal, you will raise your vibration, you'll raise your frequency, you will become more light in your energetic body, which means your actual physical body will feel more light, which means your mental state will feel more light. And when I say light, I really just mean a state of more bliss, a state of flow, a state of non resistance, a state of empowerment. There's many words, many forms, and you will find what resonates for you. And I think that it's time to just kind of close off this video, close out this session for now. Thank you all so much for joining me today again. If, and like I said, if you've stayed this long, you're awesome. I'm proud of you, because it's not easy going through this journey and also being able to do it time and time again, because sometimes we have to truly take laps around, but realize each and every time you take a lap around, you're truly wrapping around that mountain and going to the top. Okay? That's what the divine's envisioning. That's what they're showing me right now. Each and every time you take a lap, you're really leveling up. You're really just getting better and better and getting closer and closer to the peak point. And the peak point is your true self. I love that. It's beautiful. Thank you so much, Divine. Thank you all. And thank you all for joining me today. I love you guys so much. And I will see you in the next video. Best of luck. So much light, so much love, and embrace every part of you, light and dark, and find ways to love yourself properly and to live in your authenticity. And I mean this with love for yourself, love for others, and respect all around. Thank you so much, and have a good one.